gentlemen, boys and girls, we are lock, cocked, ready to rock in Vernal, Utah for the 2019 Tournament of Champions. My name is Dean Wilson. I'm here tonight with Kevin Dixon. Kevin, tell me about the excitement. Tell me about the atmosphere. What do you expect tonight at the finals?
Well, if the semifinals were any indication, we're going to have an incredible final. We have some premier matchups that are going to match kids from different states. A lot of state champions going head-to-head with state champions. Like always, it's going to be an incredible final. Glad you're with us.
Absolutely. Well, and for those of you chiming in local from the Uinta Basin, we have 4 wrestlers here in the finals tonight from Uinta. Duchesne brought in 2, and Union brought in 1. Altamont High had a B team here today. Their varsity team is getting ready for the Rocky Mountain Rumble, so would have liked to see them here today, but totally understand that Sanderson, Foy and company are looking for the end of the season to set themselves up to have the best opportunity come February.
So yeah, Basin well represented in the finals tonight. I think they only match up 1.
I think so, that's right, and that's going to be with the Moreland and Dietz, right?
And everybody's been looking forward to that because those are 2 outstanding wrestlers.
Absolutely. It should be a battle on the feet. 2 quality kids, great families on both sides there. Really looking forward to looking at those 2 going head-to-head tonight.
You know, a couple other interesting matches. One, Gavin Ayotte. 1 loss this season, and guess who it's against?
That's right.
And Gavin has also beaten him this year too. So
that's right. Gavin had a real heartbreaker with him earlier on in the season. Was going for the pin, kind of got himself out of position, and you know that's the way it goes sometimes in wrestling. But
you can quit or get better. That's
right.
Your choice.
That's right. Before we came on here tonight, he said he'll leave no doubt, and I have no doubt that he will do that tonight. So. Great representation from the rest of the state. We have Pleasant Grove here with us tonight, who's the odds-on favorite at 6A.
They've got 2 kids going against each other at 220.
That they do at 220. Still
and it will it'll probably just be repeat at state.
That's what it's shaping up to look like. Maple Mountain here with a strong showing. Man, just some quality wrestling from top to bottom, and again, the out-of-state schools that have come to battle us Utahns here today. It should be a great, great finals match.
Yeah, you have Maple Mountain with finalists at 60, 70, 82, so you'll see 3 in a row. Juab brings in some unbelievable wrestlers, led by probably Blake Mangelson, and they just have some great kids.
Should be exciting. Union wrestler tonight, Jake Frost. Interesting side note on his match. He, first time of the season, is wrestling at 170. Started out the season looking to go at 160, but seniors got together, decided what would be best for the team, and Jake's given up a little bit of weight, but feels confident that he has the skill set to get it done at either 60 or 70. So looking forward to see how he handles the additional weight there at 170 tonight.
Yeah, and so far in the tournament, he's looked really good. The plus side for him is you don't miss meals when you're going up a weight class. It makes it much more enjoyable.
That's right. That is right. Well, the tournament has been ran absolutely phenomenal, from the officials to the table help. You know, we can't say enough of good things about the staff here at Western Park. Our sponsors, L&L Motor Company, Uinta Basin Healthcare, Vernal Regional Airport. I'm just telling you, Kevin, it is so cool to live in a community where everybody shows up and puts on for their city.
Oh, it's great. You know, and right to the trainers. You have Mark Slaw leading a group of 4 or 5 people that come donate their time, make sure our kids are safe, and tape them up when they've been banged up a little bit.
That's right. Well, we're going to waste no time, and for those of you that are looking at the scoreboard thinking that may ought to be on a Ute Red, he is a Green River wrestler here battling a Ute in Bradley Merkley. So starting off the action tonight at 106 pounds, Mealy versus Merkley. And Mealy gets in on a
great shot and nice reversal.
Excellent. Looks like a bang-bang action, and they're going to go 2-2 on that. 2-2. So looks like we're going to go for some blood time.
Merkley,
right
of course,
the
from the Merk clan, one of the famous siblings, is having a great year. 22-4. Clayson Mealy, 20-6. Brady is a freshman. Clayson is a sophomore. Clayson's dad, Tyson, never wrestled for UNA, but he did wrestle in the Tournament of Champions.
Well, and you got a freshman and a sophomore here, and on the looks of things, you'd think you had two seniors going at it.
Yep,
both kids stacked out, pretty stout kids coming in at 106. So, going to pick the action right back up after a little bit of blood time.
Great start by both wrestlers. Super takedown by Mealy, and then immediately reversed by Merkley.
Absolutely. Mealy looking to fight hands, get his base back built underneath him. No, good forward pressure. Yep, good.
Has a wrist.
Pressure.
Working to the side.
No, Merkley working for a tilt here. He's got his feet dug in. Looks like Mealy's got his arm back. And Mealy's all but out here. He's going to turn and face and look to return shot.
Drops
maybe.
Down. Good job maintaining position by Merkley.
Great pressure. Great pressure.
Looks like
Gonna break again for some blood time here. We mentioned it earlier at the beginning of our broadcast, but L&L Motor Company, not only a sponsor of the Tournament of Champions, but also providing our Jumbotron coverage for those that are in attendance here tonight. So, again, L&L Motor always looking for ways to connect to the community. Like to thank Vernal Regional Airport. Kevin, I can't tell you how thankful I am that we have a airline service that I can get to Denver in an hour and get to anywhere in the United States from there.
And in the basin, we're glad you get out of the basin.
Oh, aren't we all?
we all look forward to those days.
Oh, absolutely. That's too good. Back to the action here at 106. Mealy again trying to build his base, but Merkley is just hanging tough on that tight waist.
Oh, started with a bar.
Got a bar and a far wrist, but
nice.
Didn't quite capture it.
Mealy does a great job to circle out of that and get to his feet.
Felt the lack of pressure on the backside and took advantage of it. So these two look to do some battle from the feet. 15 seconds left here in the first. Scores 2-3.
Been nonstop action. Both wrestlers working really hard and maintaining good position. And that ends the first.
2-3 score. UNA's going to go ahead and go down.
Oh, great
Excellent
job. Hit
reversal.
The standing switch right off.
Puts Merkley up by a point. Now Mealy, looky what I found. He's going to get two, looking for more.
Oh, good job by Merkley to circle out.
And he's got Merkley in a bad way right now. Mealy needs to get his hips back underneath him, see if he can't belly out here, but
Merkley does a nice job to scramble out of that. That could have been disastrous, but good job to get out.
A lot of heart right there. A lot of heart getting out of that. He did give up the 3, so now it's an 8-4 match, but avoids a catastrophic end of the match right there.
And as long as there's time on, you're still in this match.
That's right. Really good mat awareness there by really both wrestlers. Mealy taking advantage, getting in deep, getting those additional back points. Merkley not giving up, not relenting under pressure right there. Excellent job by both wrestlers.
That's an easy time to go, oops. But no, he fights through, and that's a tough job to get out of that.
That is big moments where big names are made. So good job to both wrestlers. Score is 4-8 when we come back from blood time here. Merkley going to switch, but Mealy gets that far ankle. Maintaining great pressure there.
Merkley just keeps working till he scores. Excellent job.
And scored at 8-5 with about 1 minute left here in the third. Merkley, oh!
Great job by Mealy and good job by Merkley to counter.
No change. Oh, excellent mat awareness there by Mealy.
Just ties up his arms, able to twist him.
He's going to get 2 and 3 on that. .24 seconds left here in the second. Very, very good mat awareness there. Mealy on the defense, getting pushed out by Merkley, sees his opportunity, pressures back in, ends up getting the points. Merkley looking to switch here. Good cover by Mealy.
Mealy doing a great job tying up arms with that, and Merkley is continuing to put pressure from the bottom. You're not going to be able to relax in this match, either man.
That'll take us to the end of the second round. Score is 5 Merkley, 13 Mealy, and Mealy likes his chances from his feet. He's been very effective really in all facets of the match, but choosing to go on top here, or go on his feet, excuse me. Oh, excellent single.
Good open shot. And there's the takedown.
It's going to bring the score to 17-5, or excuse me, 15-5.
Merkley looking to reverse and gets it.
Merkley gets his 2.
Good awareness again by Mealy not to go to his back, because Merkley had him heading there.
That's right. With 1:15 and you're down by 8, you're looking for a home run shot here. We'll see how long Merkley wants to try to turn or tilt on top before maybe he looks to cut him and set something else up from his feet here. We'll see.
Looking bar. Mealy gets away.
Just quick on his feet. Merkley trying to force the action here.
Good snap.
Mealy returns fire. He's going to be wise to see if he can hold on to that leg, work out to a better position. Great action by both wrestlers. 22 seconds left in the third period. Score 7-16. You know, but you really wouldn't know it. The store, gal, these two have been in a dogfight just back and forth the entire match. Really high caliber, high quality wrestling by both wrestlers here.
Yeah, I think we'll see these two in the finals a couple more times in their careers. Looks like
doubt.
Merkley's going to get the last score.
That's right. Well, at 106 pounds, your champion, Clayson Mealy of Green River, wins by decision 16-9.
Again, a great way to start finals. They kind of said, this is what we expect. Let's have good action. Let's both men go offense. Let's see what happens.
That's right. You know, Mealy here, really aware of where he's at on the mat. Merkley's going to drive him out right here, but when they come back, Mealy really fighting hands, trying to work for a better position. Merkley, the dominant wrestler, for a moment until Mealy just absolutely flips the script here. Starts to accumulate those points early.
So now we're going to move into 113 with Claiborne from Duchesne and Knoll from Eagle Crest.
You know, Claiborne coming in with a 38-3 record as a junior.
Knoll 12-0.
12-0. Maybe coming off of an injury, or maybe coming to the season just a little late. It'll be exciting to see what he has to offer. Claiborne been a quality wrestler, just super solid all year long. Really hard to find him slipping at times. So we'll see if Caleb Knoll is able to crack this puzzle here. So Claiborne, excellent head pressure.
Good scrambling by both.
Claiborne a little bit out of position there for that shot. Kind of fell into it. And
Holy
it looks
cow,
like Knoll is going to
thrown.
capitalize. And
gets
that's
the fall.
it. Knoll picks
Man,
up
he
a fall.
Just got out of position a little bit, and
Just a little too
Knoll
far.
hit it. I can see why he's 12-0.
Yeah, that
Well,
is not a fluke right there.
With this one, he's probably 16-0 right now, coming through
right.
the tournament. So that was a heck of a move. Came in,
Picks up the first round pin.
and that was tight.
That was tight. You know, Claiborne really wanting to force the action, wanting to make something happen just a little bit outside on that shot. And
Yeah, it started with just too far out, got underneath him.
looks like we're going to go right into the 120-pound matchup. I don't know about you, Kevin, but this is the one that I had circle as my match to watch tonight.
Yeah, I think this is one we can just kind of enjoy this one.
Absolutely. Jackson Moreland coming out of Duchesne at a 36-2 record. He is a sophomore, comes from an absolutely wonderful wrestling family. And Cub Dietz from Uinta, I'll let you do the honors.
Come 27-1. And he comes out of a semi-wrestling family. Dad was a football player, baseball, but has some uncles and things that, and Cub has just had a great career, and hopefully can end up with a win here and a win at state. I think both of these would probably be favored at their state tournament.
Absolutely, absolutely. Would love to see both of these young men do well come around Valentine's Day this year. See where they end up on the podium.
Looks like we have Ryan Lewis handing out the medals tonight. Two-time NCAA finalist for the University of Minnesota. Not a bad wrestler.
No, you got a little bit of talent in the room over here in Uinta, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. You know, I do have to say, I have yet to see a better award from a wrestling tournament than what you get here at the tournament.
Yeah, it's and those are, the McClellans make those, and they a lot of kids want those from the time they first see them, and they'll work hard to get those.
That's right. We're right into the action. Moreland and Dietz battling it out here at 120 pounds.
Good pressure right off by Dietz. Nice free shot by Dietz. Good counter by Moreland.
Dietz really forcing the action right here.
There's the two.
Both of these wrestlers really want to get in the win in front of the home crowd. Jackson, great scramble. Just ran out of real estate there on the side of the mat. He'll be back down with a minute 19 left here in the first.
Dietz circles behind to control.
Jackson looking to switch, just can't quite get that bottom hip out.
Looks like Dietz is tied up an arm. And Moreland frees it.
Looks like Dietz is comfortable on his feet and going to go ahead and give him the 1, 2-1 here with 37 seconds left here in the first.
And both of these wrestlers were pretty dominant in the semifinals.
Yep, and they can score from any position. Both of these wrestlers very, very good on their feet. Very good mat awareness. Tied up tight on a whizzer. Oh, looks to throw. Cub looks up. Happy to end up on the side of the mat on that one.
We talked about this a little earlier. That's the time when a lot of people try to throw. There's not as much risk. Great shot by Dietz.
Great shot.
And good counter.
Good counter. Got his whizzer in tight. See if he can't get that shoulder down. And that's the end of the first round. 2-1, bang, bang, quick action. But Duchesne here looks like they're going to go ahead and defer to Uinta. And Ketty says, let's go down. You see Moreland sporting those autism awareness headgear right there. Got a great brother in Skylar, #1 fan, and just absolutely wonderful family. They are one of the best groups of people you're ever going to meet. So.
Good movement by Dietz underneath. Keep going until he scores. You've got to believe this match is going to be won on the feet, though.
Oh, you've got
It's going to come down to a takedown.
Absolutely. 3-1, but...
as soon as we say that, they'll prove us wrong. But my belief right now, when just watching both of these, this is going to come down to it.
Yeah.
Who can win on the feet? Oh, that's going to be a 2.
Looks like we got to get at least 2 on it right here. Yep.
And they go out of bounds.
Score is going to be 5-1 with 1:20 left here in the second. You saw Moreland right there. Looks like he is looking to set up a throw and possibly a drop on him, but got to get your hips underneath. You got to stay in good position. Dietz wise to capitalize right there. Dietz riding that tight waist tough. Looking to get a bar in. Moreland looks to switch, but again, Dietz is just right there to cover quick. And Dietz right here looking for a tilt. He's put himself in a precarious spot here. Let's see if he's got the count.
He should be getting points.
He should be getting the points. We can't see the official.
Looks like he's got a 3
count.
So he's a gutsier man than me.
Risk nothing.
But he, he had everything tied up, control.
That's right.
His hips got a little under, but he was able to control.
Risk nothing, gain nothing. But right there, he ended up gaining. So gutsy move, but it paid off there. Brings the score right now 8-2 with about 10 seconds left here in the second period.
And this is when Dietz, you don't want to give up points here.
No.
Moreland would love to get a couple here to put in a little.
Get a quick.
So you don't need a big move. You don't want to have a big move.
Nope, and it'll be an interesting decision here for Duchesne. Does he want to go down? Does he want to go neutral? Looks like he's going to look to get at least one with 6 points down. It makes sense to try to get an escape. Maybe a throw, maybe get 2 and some 3, so we'll take a look here.
And Dietz is going to try to take some time off the clock.
Absolutely. He wants us to settle in, stay in good position, stay behind those elbows. Just really look to control and finish the match here. Moreland comes through.
And Dietz is going to scramble. And
Moreland's got his one. Maybe an opportunity there, but
great job by Dietz to counter that. Moreland pushed the action, put himself in a great scoring position, and did score. And then Dietz drops down and good.
Great awareness there by Dietz. slides behind cover, gets his 2, takes the score to 11-4 here in the third period with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining.
And so I'm sure coaches are yelling, tie up hands to Dietz. What you don't want to do is get in a throwing contest now.
That's right. And
great shot.
Great shot. Got his 2. Dietz really pushing the pace right now, 13-5. He's not looking to let up, but
and you have to understand on the feet how good Dietz is, because we know how good Moreland is.
Absolutely.
And so for Dietz to score off the feet like that is,
it's impressive. With about 45 seconds remaining, down 8 points. Anything goes right now for Moreland. Looking to get himself in the best position to take a big shot.
Dietz is going to try to control his hips and be ready to bail if something goes bad.
Scores 13-6 with about 25 seconds left. Moreland no doubt going to be on the offense. Dietz just looking to stay in good position.
I like that Dietz shoots even up.
Absolutely.
On that. Moreland pressing the action, going upper body, trying to work a throw.
10 seconds left. He's either going to look to try to throw, maybe lateral drop, but
there it comes, and Dietz catches a minute. Going to put him on the back.
And that will be it. Great, great match by both wrestlers.
You know, it's just fun to watch how much Dietz has improved, especially on top.
Yep.
That he was able to ride him, wear him down a little bit, and then just was absolutely dominant on his feet against a kid that is great on his feet.
That's right. Here's your L&L instant replay. Right here, Dietz goes for a tilt, gets the 3 count, brings it back over, stays in great position. Now that was a high-risk move, but it did pay off. Right here, Moreland thought he had an opportunity, maybe, just maybe, to get his points. Just ran out of space right there, and here at the end of the match, everybody knew what was more than likely coming, Dietz including, and that's all she wrote here at 120 pounds. Your champion for the tournament at 120 pounds, Cub Dietz.
Okay, this next one is one we've looked forward to, and
Absolutely.
I bet Gavin has really been looking forward to that. There's nothing, you know, and the odds of this happening, there's a real chance that he never would have seen this kid again.
True.
To get beat last week and get a chance. He beat him last week too, understand? So.
Right. Sometimes the world unfolds exactly as it should.
This is kind of the third match. The first 2 don't count.
Well, and you've got both teams. If you're able to see off into the distance, you've got Uinta. They are packed in here, and when you look over at the Kemmer crowd, there isn't a seat one in here that doesn't want to see this. Ayout comes out very, very aggressive. He's got his quick 2. And man, I tell you what, these two are going to go at it. I love the pace and I love the aggression right out of the gate. Good action by Schramm there. Gets out, gets one, but as you can see right there, Ayout very quick to return fire.
And the thing with Schramm is he is a bruiser.
He is.
And he won't stop.
No, and there's no love lost between these two wrestlers right here. Both of them have a point to prove. This is the third match in the trilogy, and winner takes all, because this will be the last time these two see each other this year.
Both seniors, Ayout 26-1, and Dawson is 20-2.
And Dawson there with a quick opportunity, but Ayout gets himself back in better position and fights back out, both on their feet.
Good quickness by Ayout.
Very good quickness. Ayout a little bit too far out to take that shot and kind of squared up with him. You know, Dawson, one of your stronger wrestlers, he looks about like a 45-pounder. These are 126-pound wrestlers, but you've got to cut an angle on him if you want to be successful. So Ayot maybe looking to set up a shot maybe with an arm drag or at least get to the side of him. Don't think he's going to have as much success taking him on head-on. Ayot content to let him up to his feet. Makes the score 3-6 with 35 seconds left here in the first period. Dawson's really maintained some really good position here.
Great job by Ayot. Ayot is just so smooth.
13 seconds left. Score is 8-5. You know, Dawson's got to be scratching his head there on that last takedown. He thought he was going to be in great position to take a shot, and before he could, he was down for two. Ayot is just slick.
You know, the
Slick
thing you
wrestler.
find out with Ayot, you're never in great position against Ayot because he can score from anywhere.
That's right.
Ayot's just going to ride him out. So a great first period for
Great
Ayot.
first round. Ayot smart there to get on a bear claw and just hold on there for the last 5 seconds. Choice is to, looks like it was Dawson's choice, defers over, and Ayot's going to go ahead and go down. Scores 8-3, 2 minutes elapsed. We are in our second round.
Good job by Ayot. Unbelievably quick out of.
Nine to 3 with about 1:30 left here in the second period. The action's gone quick, but Ayot really controlling the pace of the match, really maintaining control of the circle here. You know,
Once again, not sure if he gave it to him.
He thought about a quick trip there. Oh, that was an outside chip, but it had notes of Chenzo from Penn State a few years back in the finals there. So looking to step through and maybe get a quick trip on him. No, Ayot just staying in great position the entire time here. Really hard for Dawson to find an opening. Really hard for Dawson to find a window on Ayot right now.
I mean, Ayot has scored defensively and offensively.
No, he'll have an interesting decision on where he wants to be in the third round here. Scores 11-4. I'm not saying we're not going to get more points before the end of this round. But coming into the third, you know, Dawson, his coaching staff, he's got to be scratching their head at this point. What gives their wrestler the best opportunity to be successful? Like you said earlier, Ayot has scored from really all phases of the match.
And usually down, a lot of times you do want to go top, but Ayot was out so quickly.
Be an interesting decision for the Kimmer coaching staff here with about 3 seconds left to think about it.
I mean, you've got to be looking pin, so whatever your best,
Absolutely.
because that's the only way you're going to win this.
Dawson content to go down. Ayot very calm, in control. And Dawson's out and on his feet, and these two will have 1:50 to figure out who goes home with the buckle.
No, he's just.
Ayot just taking control, forcing the issue. Scores 13-5 with 1:39 left. Yeah, just maintaining great position.
And I like to see him still. He's still the aggressor.
Yep.
On this.
Dawson wants to get him off of the edge. With 1 minute left, it is go time now for Dawson. Ayotte looking to maintain control, not give up any big moves or big points. He's fine to give up a takedown if he has to, but doesn't want to get caught on a big throw or a big move. And you know, these two, the last time they wrestled, Ayotte did get out of position and got caught. You've got to think that that's going through his head and wanting to avoid making the same mistake twice. I have no doubt that Ayotte is well prepared for this third round, looking to finish strong in front of his hometown one more time.
Down to 30 seconds.
You know, and Dawson, a great wrestler. He's got a great skill set, but has to be a little frustrated. Just like that right there. You're in on a shot. You've got an ankle, but Ayotte is just so slick, so quick.
Yeah, everybody else you've wrestled, you score on that.
Absolutely.
Ayotte, you get scored on.
Well, with no time remaining, your 126-pound champion, 2019 Tournament of Champions, hometown Uinta Ute, Gavin Ayotte.
Wrestled a great match, in complete control of it.
All aspects, all phases. We'll go here to our L&L instant replay. Ayotte here, deep, deep whizzer. Knows that he stayed in control there at the end. Left no doubt. Now time for some more awards. No, I can't say enough about the way this tournament is ran. It is a first-class event from start to finish. Really unique and really a memorable experience for all of these student athletes.
It is, you know, and nothing can ever match a state champ, the state, but this one is one that, especially for Basin kids, has to stick out.
Absolutely.
I mean, you place at this one, and
well, and for many of these kids, this will be more difficult than their state tournament. So,
and this, you know, the other, we talk about preseason, but this is when you really are starting to focus. You're starting to head towards peaking. You're starting to get the intensity, and this is a tournament where really prepares you to do well at the state tournament.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head. You want to peak at the right time, and speaking of that, we move right to the 132-pound match between August Harrison and Jacob Weipert. Harrison of Uinta and Weipert of Green River here at 132 pounds.
Gus, with a record of 23-3, is a junior against another junior, 18-6. Jason is 18-6. I don't think these two wrestled against each other because Gus, I think, is dropped.
That's right. Well, and that's what you'll see around this time of year. You're going to see kids going up, going down, trying to figure out what's going to give them the best opportunity and their team's the best opportunity going into the state tournament. You know, Green River, good squad. You've seen a number of those wrestlers in the finals here this year, and really every year. Green River, when they come to the TOC, they come to play.
You know, a kid like Gus, you have to give him all the credit in the world. Didn't make varsity right out this year. Worked hard, worked himself in the lineup, and now has worked himself into the finals at the Tournament of Champions. That's what winners do.
That's right.
You can quit or get better, like we said, and he got better.
Wasn't varsity yet.
Gus hits a big move.
But yet's a three-letter word that'll change your life. Gus has his man dead to rights here at the TOC. A lot of time left on the clock.
Doesn't need to get in the
just needs to
12
settle
seconds.
in. That's
a fall, and Gus hits it, and you know, you got to be unbelievably proud of a kid who has fought fought hard, is in a tough weight class, comes back and is a champion at the Tournament of Champions.
How about that? Gus pulls out a pin, your L&L instant replay. Here we go. Quick action, locks up that front head and arm, sits those hips through, and right here, he can look down and squeeze. It's all over.
So you went with back-to-back-to-back great matches.
Back-to-back, leaving one Uinta Ute remaining here in the finals. Can't wait to see if Uinta can go 4 for 4 here
Well,
tonight.
actually, we don't.
Or is that
That's
it?
it.
That
Merkley,
was it.
Merkley did.
That's right.
Who
That's
wrestled
right.
a great match. Just
That's right. He came up a little short, but how about that?
yeah, Gus comes in and like I said, he's looked good all tournament.
That's right. He got a great semifinals match, battled hard, picking up the pin in the finals. Coming out at 138 pounds, we have 2 out-of-staters. We have Donnie Profit from Kimmer and Sackett Chesnick from Peonia. You've got
Both are seniors.
2 seniors going out, is that right?
Yeah. Profit 23-1 record, and Chesnick 16-3. So.
Crawford gets in heavy on the head right there with an underhook, seeing if he can't get to the side and get his 2, but good position there. Good position from Chesnick. Again, Profit heavy on that head. Looking to slide by and get his 2, but great position by Chesnick. Profit's been on the offense since the onset of this match. You know, he's got to be careful. He's stepping right and reaching right, and that's opening up that that right leg. See if Chesnick can take advantage of that. Profit content to let him get in deep. Looks like he's very comfortable with the front head and arm, working a quarter series. A couple other moves out front there.
And on the single.
Picks a single, and he's got
nice
his
job.
2. Very
nice
quick.
Finish.
Good transition. Chesnick's got to hustle with short time left here in the first, and it looks like he's going to run out of it. 2-0 after the first, with Profit taking advantage.
Push the action and finally scored.
Yep. Well, and he's working that head. Couldn't quite get what he wanted, so went in, got in on that single, and came up with the takedown. The score's not showing, but sure they'll get that corrected here.
Nice movement on bottom.
You know, Kevin, and maybe they did not award that that takedown in the first. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 for Kimmer right here for Profit. Another great officiating staff. You can see them in the background right there. One thing about the Tournament of Champions, it tends to bring out some of the best officials that we have in the state and outside of the state as well. Really good officials.
Okay, they did put up the.
They did get it. All right, we've got the score corrected. Score is 5-0 here in the second period with 50 seconds left. No, it's really been all Profit. He really controlled the pace in the first round. Was able to get away, get another takedown here in the second, and really, really good hip pressure right here.
Yeah, it looks like he has the ability to ride. Looks good in all three positions.
.20 seconds left here in the second. Profit just super solid, just tight to those hips. Riding a good tight waist there. His hips are a little low right here. He's going to try to work his way back up.
And Chesnick's trying to get him high to score out of it. Great job.
Great effort there with about 5 seconds left on the clock.
And those are big points. Those points you score right at the end are huge.
Huge points. Coming into the third period, score 5-1 for Profit. Chesnick takes a look at his coach and is going to go ahead and go down. Profit riding that bear claw, that bear ride. Makes it extremely uncomfortable for the bottom man to breathe. Again, really good hip pressure, staying tight to him.
So I can get stalled.
Yeah. Riding parallel a little too long right there. Got to get off to the side, try to get a turn, try to force the action.
If you're ahead.
If you're ahead.
If you're not, they don't call it.
Exactly. Chesnick looking for any answer here for Profit, and hard-pressed to find it right now. He's maintaining excellent position side to side.
Steps through.
Oh, going to get some back points on it.
Has some back points right there. Great job to step through, move him to the back, get the points.
Quick 2 count takes it to 7-1 with 50 seconds left here.
Just absolutely dominant on top.
Absolutely. Really hard to find a flaw from his position here on top. You know, he's transitioning from that claw ride, coming back down. Really hard to find an opening right now. Chesnick is going to get an opportunity here, but it's going to be just a little bit too little and a little bit too late. 5 seconds left remaining in the match, and your 138-pound champion from Kemmer is going to be Donnie Profit.
Great match.
Excellent
Great match. Good position, plenty of action throughout.
Now heading out to the Pleasant Grove matchup with Juab. Now both of these teams are the odds-on favorite in their classifications to win state. Both coached by some fantastic coaches, great communities, great cultures. If you've ever had the ability to attend an event at Juab High School, they are absolutely class acts. Can't say enough about the administration, their coaching staff, their teams. Really from top to bottom, they do things right. Same thing at Pleasant Grove. Again, perennial powerhouse, steeped in tradition. Looking forward to this 45-pound matchup coming up here next.
You know, and Andy Messerschmidt, coach
Yep.
was one of the big-time
Huge
wrestler, football players for Juab High School. Dad, of course, longtime coach.
Right.
On that.
Well, and Andy down in Enterprise doing some really good things. Had an opportunity to take a look at the 2A rankings this morning. He's got a lot of kids ranked, and he's really taken that program and really elevated it to the next level. Really good coach, somebody that spent some time here. And
and we miss him. Great.
Yep.
It's great for our kids, great for our community.
Absolutely. Well, the awards are handed out, and we are ready for action at 145 pounds. Again, Zorn from Pleasant Grove taking on Bowering from Juab.
In an all-Utah match.
That's right. One thing you'll notice, these Juab Wasps, they rise and grind. They compete in what they call Wasp Fit. They brought in an excellent trainer for their strength and conditioning, really looking at the whole athlete, the mental, the physical, the emotional state of their athletes, really ensuring that they're eliminating all excuses and controlling all variables that they can. Again, can't say enough about both of these two programs. Bowering's been very good on his feet all season, had an outstanding semifinals match, and here you see him working towards a double, going to switch off to a single right here and see if he can't bring him back on the mat and get some points. Going to go ahead and look at an inside trip there.
Needs to come up to score.
And he's covered. Ooh, not quite. Yep, he's got his two. They've awarded the two, and looking like Zorn and Bowering are going to get reset here in the center.
So great action. Worked hard to get a takedown. And that first takedown's big.
It is. It sets the tone. Confidence builds competence, and I think you'll see Bowering try to really capitalize on that initial investment there. Bowering's hip got a little low there, gave an opening for Zorn, and he quickly took advantage of it. Landed high on the hips and picking up a escape here.
Took the for sure points. Thought he was going to try to reverse it, but came on up.
2-1 left in the first with about 20 seconds left.
It's going to be tough for either to score out of here, and they're going to stalemate it up and bring them both up.
10 seconds left here in the first. See if somebody, and they do.
Oh,
Zorn
shot,
in right off the whistle. In a short time like that, a lot of kids are just content to go to the second round, but not Zorn.
No, and I'm sure Coach Holman's going to have a little chat about.
They'll talk about that on the ride home and again on Monday.
Yeah, and again, it completely those points right at the end.
Yep.
Changed the complexion of the match.
You know, if you watch both of these coaching staffs, I can't say enough good things about them, but both coaching staffs understanding that really this is the performance, the hay is in the barn, so to speak. They give the input as needed, but not a lot of emotion, more focused on technical abilities of their wrestler and what position or move is going to put them in the best spot for success. So, again, not a lot of emotion there in the corners, and a lot of times that's best for kids.
You know, and they're going to watch film and they're going to correct, because that's what this is. It's okay to make a mistake here. You don't want to make it in a month.
Exactly.
So everything will be corrected.
You know, Zorn's done a great job 30 seconds here into the second period, really making it difficult for Bowering to do much of anything. He's got that leg in. Bowering choosing to focus on that leg, but he still can't get his head off the mat right here. Good follow by Zorn, and now Bowering in a bit of a precarious situation. Zorn looking to set up a tilt. He's going to try to dig that arm in, and it looks like he's free here. But excellent top position by Zorn thus far. You know, Pleasant Grove choosing to make the most out of their trip out here. Came out the night before, stopped in Altamont, had a fantastic duel. Wrestling tough here Friday, tough here Saturday. Really made a big trip, but that's why they are able to hang all those banners and walk around with those rings.
And it's teams like Pleasant Grove that come year after year that make this a great tournament, and we're so glad that they continue to come.
No doubt.
But then again, who wouldn't come?
Why wouldn't you want to be here? Zorn just smothering on top this second round. Really good with those legs, and I tell you what, man, you better catch him going in or you better be mule kicking once they're there. And Bowering just struggling a little bit with those legs right here. We'll see if he gets some tight elbows and can catch him on the onset with some short time here in the second.
Does a good job to write him out.
That he does.
So
rode him
no
for 2
points
minutes.
scored, yeah.
That's right. Zorn quickly.
Which is, in college, that's a bigger deal.
It is. It is. Get that ride time, and those additional points really do matter. Zorn quick to go down. And quick to get up. He's going to want to fight hands here. Now Zorn's going to pick this leg up here and try to sit his hips on top, see if he can't get two. Bowering's really got to be careful right here. He's wise to see if he can get to a stalemate, but gets his hips back and gets behind. Zorn staying active, staying busy with 1:15 left in the third period here.
I'd imagine he's going to have to cut him because it doesn't.
No, I don't think you're gonna be able to turn him for the points. And I think at a minute left, we're at the minute mark. See if the coaches from JUAB give him that indication that it's time to cut him, and see if we can't take him down.
No stall warnings yet, so that probably is not going to be a factor.
Nope.
With 51. So you're going to have to take him down twice or turn him.
No, I think you'll see Bowering try to weather this initial storm, see if he can set something up, and with 30 seconds left or so, I wouldn't be surprised if we're on our feet looking for a takedown here. But Bowering, I mean, still good position, still a lot of time, but Zorn just not a lot of openings, not a lot of options. Has stayed in excellent position the entire match. And here you go, Bowering.
Was close.
Looking for a quick tilt. Got a 1 count. Coaches wanted a 2. They're not giving it, so now it's time to cut and go. He's got 12 seconds left.
Yeah, not going to be enough time now.
And he's got to have the action hot and heavy here. Out of bounds with 6 seconds left. You know, Kev, what do you think about that call? Do you think it's the right call, or do you think he had the 2?
I don't think he had it.
I thought it would have been a quick 2 count. Don't fault the coaches.
Hopefully we'll get a reverse on our replay on that. We'll be able to count it.
That would be ideal here from our L&L instant replay. Your winner at 145 pounds is Cole Zorn. You know, Bowering's best option came late. Bowering looking to set up a tilt here. This is in the second period.
Okay, so he's not there yet. There's 1. Well, he's getting a long count here.
He's got a
had like 30 seconds.
Well, if L&L was running the match there, he'd have had the 2.
I'll tell you, it was close.
It was close.
It was close.
It was close. I think it was the right call. Great match either way.
I think it was the right call, but I also think it would have been the right call had he given it to him. It's one of those, and that's why, you know, where you can talk about officiating.
Never
you got to call it one way or the other, and that was a tweener.
Now coming up next here at 152 pounds, another exciting matchup. You have Jack Lane out of West taking on Tyler McCagnon out of Everest. Lang family, great wrestling family. Can't say enough good things about what these young men have done, their father has done for the sport here in Utah. I tell you what, these boys from West are coming with ill intent to the TOC, wanting to make sure that they're taking home the hardware. While we're setting up this match, we want to give a shout out to Uinta Basin Healthcare. Uinta Basin Healthcare recently ranked #1 in Utah on the National Hospital Rankings chart through Health Insights for overall rankings. As you can guess, quality is something Uinta Basin Healthcare does not take lightly. Huge shout out to Uinta Basin Healthcare for all that they do to provide for our community. And here we go at 145 pounds. We have Lang from West, McCagnon from Eagle Crest.
Both are seniors. Lang 31-3. Tyler is 26-3. And again, a great tournament where West and Eagle Crest ever going to meet each other.
Exactly.
And here at the finals.
That's right. Both of these wrestlers have had outstanding seasons. Lang always good on his feet. Very hard wrestler to get out of position. And right now he has his opponent from Eagle Crest back up out of the circle. Really good job controlling the action there at the center of the mat.
You know, so far the finals have not disappointed.
No, this has been some outstanding, high-quality wrestling. And we have a capacity crowd here tonight. Bleachers are filled. Stadium is full. The mood is electric.
And the concessions are selling.
"26 seconds left here in the first. Both wrestlers trying to fill each other out, trying to figure out if they can find the best opportunity to take a shot. Neither wrestler really engaging the other yet. Still working inside control, working for position.
Good snap.
Great
Can't
snap.
circle behind, but good movement.
Good counter there by Lang, and that's going to take us to the end of the first period here.
You know, body types, these guys could switch singlets and pretty much look the same.
Yeah, it makes it hard on an official. Both of them wearing a red and white setup with a little black trim, and gal, you cover up their heads, and I couldn't tell you who's who, could you?
And they haven't mixed up any of the points yet.
No. It's easy when it's zeros. Lang's going to be down here to start the second. McCagnon on top.
Nice spiral. Good control.
Lang looking to come up and circle in. Great job picking up that single going out of bounds. Staying active the entire time. Both these wrestlers have not taken a second off of this match. Just having a hard time finding an opening. Lang to his feet, trying to fight hands. And he'll be the first on the scoreboard tonight with about a minute 10 left here in the second.
Oh, nice shot. Goes out of bounds. We haven't talked team scores. Uinta easily out in front.
I would say that they will be easily your 2019 champions. How's the race for second shaping up?
Let me look, see if we can get.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Maple Mountain and
I think Juab was pretty much in control of second.
Closing the distance, but maybe not enough wrestlers left to take home a second place. Back to the action here on the mat. Good opportunities there, but both wrestlers wrestling super, super tough.
So right now, Uinta's in first place with 248 points. Juab second, 196. Green River third, 183. Maple Mountain in fourth, 163. And Pleasant Grove, 162. We do know Pleasant Grove is going to get points at 220.
That's right.
Well, maybe not, because I guess in this tournament only one scores. So.
One person scores, so. McCagnon in on a shot, Lang looking to whizzer, and that takes us to the third period with Lang 3, McCagnon 1, and looks like McCagnon's going to go down. Lang will start on top in 2 minutes until we decide who is our 152-pound champion.
So we're going to come down to a takedown.
It is. Takedown wins it. This is where you want to make sure if you're Lang, you've got a 1-point lead, but you want to wrestle like you don't. You want to stay active. You want to stay engaged. Don't leave any doubt that you are trying to close out and finish the match. You know, both of these wrestlers after the first period, they battled and banged that first period and still were unable to come up with points. McCagnon desperately trying to change this, is in on a single, just out of position.
You know, and as low scoring as this is, we know both are great on their feet because we know how good Lang is on his feet.
That's right. Lang with an older brother, Will, a phenomenal wrestler out of West High School, doing some really good things post wrestling. And got a couple of brothers coming right behind there.
Is it really post-wrestling?
I think it just lives within you.
Okay,
you're exactly right. $50 seconds left here in the third. Lane maintaining mat control. Has got McCagnon out on the circle, which is a good place to be if you're nursing a 1-point lead. Heading into the third. Got to be careful here, though, Kevin. We've seen it several times, and you've mentioned it earlier. Edge of the mat's a great time to take a high-risk move, and wouldn't be surprised to see McCagnon try to get one here on Lang with 16 seconds left here in the third. Quick shot off the whistle and a quick return from Lang.
And you have a quick shot, low risk, but it gets you out of the stall.
It does. Now McCagnon's got a good opportunity, just not enough time. And your champion from West High School at 152 pounds, Jack Lang.
Those are two outstanding wrestlers.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to take a break from the action here and give a shout out to some of our local sponsors. We will be back to the TOC just as soon as we can.
I wanted to work for L&L just because I enjoy being around people. L&L's got to be one of the funnest places I've ever worked, hands down. You can't find a better group of people to work with each and every day.
So working at L&L Motor does give me a sense of pride. We're a big part of the community.
I really enjoy at the end of the day going home that I know that I've taken care of all my customers the best I possibly can.
We understand that when they do come here, it's an inconvenience, and we really just try to get them back on the road as soon as we can.
I've got a score from
right. All right, and we are back here at the Tournament of Champions. Again, great sponsors here, L&L Motor Company, Uinta Basin Healthcare, and Vernal Regional Airport. Coming up next at 160 pounds, we have Jackson Moore out of Pleasant Grove and Andrew Jensen out of Maple Mountain. What can you tell us about these two, Kev?
Not a thing. I wish I could. They're both good.
They're both good. Looks like Moore's coming in with a 34-2 record.
I bet they can tell us more about each other, because I'm sure they've seen each other multiple times. No, you're looking at an 18-3 record for Jensen and a 34-2 record for Moore.
Be an interesting matchup here at 160 pounds.
5A and 6A, Utah.
You know, at 160 pounds, it's kind of the best of both worlds of wrestling. You've got that bigger kid muscle mass, but those quick moves that you might like to see at the lower weights. 160, 152, really, really fun weight classes to watch. And we are at it with Moore from Pleasant Grove and Jensen from Maple Mountain.
So for Uinta Basin standards, these two schools are next door to each other. For Utah County standards, they're like,
yeah,
that's a way game. We have to go a long ways.
That is the truth. Now, both these two wrestlers, as you can see, they are trying to use every inch of this mat, doing all that they can in order to get those points. Just about a minute surpassed here in the first round, and neither wrestler able to find the opening, but these two no doubt are going to have an exciting second and third period here. More on that inside tie, looking to maybe drop and pick up that single. Yep, there he goes in on it. You know, really good movement right there by Moore. He touched it, then decided to go. Just ran out of real estate there on the side of the mat, but really good position, really good work, and you see it right there again.
Circle.
Excellent shot by Moore.
Still no. Oh, there he's going to try to get big points.
He's going to look to see if he can get that far shoulder. That might be it. Excellent position by Moore. This is going to be
short time, 14 seconds. He's going to have to hustle.
Very hard position to find out of, but looks like Jensen's doing a great job of fighting all heart right here with 2 seconds left. It's going to be close, and that's it. Time is out, and Jensen survives to make it to the second round. What a great series of moves right there by Moore.
You know, and with Jensen, you live to another day. That's all you can do is go to the end. The bad thing is that takes a lot out of you to fight off of that. One of those we talked earlier about, probably should have given up the two. Held on too late. The takedown was pretty much going to happen. Hung on too late and ended up on his back.
That's right. Well, while we have some blood time here, we want to give some more shout-outs to our local sponsors. L&L Motor Company, offering the widest scale of automotive needs under one roof. Tires, wheels, accessories, tint, repairs, you name it, they've got it. They are proud sponsors of all of Uinta and Duchesne County schools. L&L Motor Company voted #1 new car dealer in the Uinta Basin. And back to the action here with Moore from PG and Jensen from Maple Mountain. Moore with a commanding lead, but Jensen definitely not out of the possibilities here. Nice little reversal, maybe. Yes, it is from Jensen. He's going to get one, but he's looking for more, and it looks like one is all he'll end up with here.
down, going to circle behind and get the takedown.
You know, Moore has been very good with that downward pressure. You see his, when he's on top here, his pressure is dug in on those toes, driving forward. It makes it very, very difficult for Jensen to be able to build his base and get back to his feet to attack. Moore had a leg in there, looked like he might have been looking for a guillotine, but Jensen quick to counter. And with 1 minute left here in the second, Moore maintains a commanding lead at 8-1.
You know, with any of these finals, anybody can pin on that. But, you know, these are all unbelievable wrestlers. And so you absolutely have to stay focused.
Well, and I think if we were to bring A out on the set, he would tell you the exact same thing. It's not over till it's over, and really happy to see him avenge that loss from earlier tonight.
Yeah, I bet that is just something you can go good.
Can't wait to run into him after this. He, like I said before we came out, he said, "I'll leave no doubt," and that he did. So, again, congratulations to all the champions here today at the TOC.
Well, it looks like he's barred him up and slips out.
Moore staying busy on top, looking for bars, looking to peel that wrist back. He's just stayed active and on it the entire time. Commanding lead heading into the third at 9-1. It's going to be a interesting decision to see what Jensen chooses to do here. Looks like he lost a piece of his hair.
Yeah, he chooses to.
Is that what he's got? A little haircut there in the second round. I don't think there's anything intentional there. Just got caught in the headgear, and they're back to it. You know, both sporting similar dues. So
yeah, they are. They have the same barber right there, and
right there at South Valley. Jensen looking to dig those legs in here, but oh, and he's got him. He's got him flattened out. So good opportunity for
some
Jensen
pressure
here. Yep. Jensen with that left leg in, looking to possibly duck underneath that for a guillotine. A little too high for that right now. Could maybe jump a cradle, but Moore quick on it. Jensen looking to cover with his hips, but
just switch the legs, and he's going to come up on top. And
I think Zorn's got it there. Yes, he does. Far ankle and underneath the elbow. And that is a 2-point reversal, bringing the score to 11-1 with 1 minute left here in the third.
Moore just doesn't get out of position.
No, he is solid on top.
152-pound top 8 finishers read Angel over the podium.
Yeah, he is not going to give anything here.
No, he is on it, and he is looking to stay active with about 15 seconds left here in the third.
You know, that's the second PG wrestler we've seen just absolutely dominant up top.
That's right. Well, with 5 seconds left here in the third, it is going to be Moore from Pleasant Grove taking home the title at 160 pounds. So congratulations to PG and to Moore for an outstanding match. Really complete match from start to finish.
So now we move into Union's representative.
That's right. Jake Frost coming to us at 170 pounds. For those of you wondering if he grew a whole bunch or if he had a
he had a great Christmas
healthy
break.
Christmas break, This was absolutely intentional. He weighed in very, very light. In fact, talking to his coaches earlier, they were worried about him making the minimum weight requirements for 170 pounds. So was able to eat his way onto the scale. Don't get to say that very often
No.
in wrestling, but
I have to eat more pizza.
right, was able to get on there. And talking with Jade earlier today, he did say this gave his team the best opportunity for more people to be successful, and he's confident. He feels like there isn't anyone in the state that can touch him at this weight, and he's willing to go up and prove it. So we know Andrew Jensen from Maple Mountain probably spent a lot of time with Zach Johnson, who is going to be his opponent here tonight, but Zach would like to make sure that he gives Jate his first loss at 170 pounds. So should be a great matchup here tonight. Both of these wrestlers wanting to out and up the other. So looking forward to a
combined
great
record
match.
of 47-3 on this one.
Pretty good kids coming back here right now. So while we wait for these two to get going, earlier this week it was National Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. I'd like to give a shout out to the men and women in blue. So thank you for protecting and serving. And here we go at 170 pounds. Looks like Frost is going to be first to get on the scoreboard here with the takedown, and pushes him off and says, let's do that again.
So a quick 2-1 lead.
You know, Jake just is electric on his feet and always wrestles with a ton of confidence. It's been real fun to get to know him, his entire family. They've been staunch Union High School supporters from day one. And right there, we've got some action from Maple Mountain. We've got Zach Johnson with a takedown, and with his escape from earlier, is actually going to end up up 1 point on Frost here. So interesting development here in the match in the first round. Plenty of time here for Frost. Frost quickly to his feet. Johnson looking to return, and he does. Johnson's dug that leg in. Looking to peel that arm back, maybe duck his head under, look for a guillotine here. Frost not wanting to give it up, but with about 15 seconds left here in the first, be interesting to see if Johnson can capitalize here. Frost staying tight, staying tough, but
Being on bottom is the one position that the weight makes the most difference in the match.
Was just about to say, I wonder if Frost is feeling that weight from Johnson there, because
And take nothing away, Johnson is awesome.
Absolutely. These two very easily could end up in the finals in their weight divisions and their classifications. So looking forward to seeing how they end up here in February. Like we're going to have a caution here. Score is 2-3, start of the second period. Frost is down 1 point.
Good hand control to.
And now down 2, but looks like Frost is pretty content to wrestle him on his feet here.
I mean, for Frost to win, he's going to have to beat him on his feet.
Absolutely. Frost does a great job with a quick drag there. Looking to cover and possibly get 2, but Johnson not giving it up easily right there. Jake still needs to check over, and he's got it. Now he's got it.
So that's going to tie it up. You know, this is just what Jay wants to do.
Exactly. The
Stay on the feet.
match is right where he likes it.
Going to take an outside shot.
Picking up
Good
that
pressure.
Single.
Circle.
Drops down to
And
the ankle.
cover it up.
Excellent job. Wow. Really, really technical takedown right there. Great takedown. And Josh is looking to ride him here for the next 56 seconds. We'll see if he can actually score some points. You know, Frost, they come from a long line of bull riding family. Josh, Joe, and Jate all ride. Josh Frost, older brother, was able to actually ride today with a score of an 82 in the PBR, and Joe Frost had a great showing at the NFR a few weeks back.
Yeah, almost close to winning it all.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda next year.
Yep.
Next time. So.
Oh, and that one's huge.
Excellent job there by Jate. Understanding where he's at in the match, understanding what he needs to do to capitalize.
And this is one where it'd be really nice if you can ride him out.
It is. I think we'll look back to that little sequence there at the end of the second period as being very critical if this match stays as close as it is. Really good mat awareness by Frost right there. And that'll take us to the third period with a score of 8-6 for Frost from Union.
That's a great round for Frost.
Great round. Was able to make up the deficit from the first round and end up with a 2-point lead. Johnson getting the last bit of advice from coach before starting this third period. Now Frost, one thing he's got to do here, he's got to be willing to explode and get up off of the bottom. Doesn't want to have that weight on top of him. Doesn't want to have to carry that for the 2 minutes, especially where he's got a 2-point lead.
Wrestle him on the feet, not on the mat.
That's right. Johnson trying to stay busy on top, but looking for an opening from Frost.
This could be big by Frost.
Crowd the hips and gets his 2. That'll take it to 10-6, and Frost now looking to ride this out and stay busy on top. Frost in excellent position right here. Staying busy. Looking for tilts, got the leg in deep. Really good position for Frost
50
right
seconds left. And
no, Frost right here, he's got his head ducked under. I don't think he really wants to try a guillotine.
He's nice at the edge of the mat.
He's going to look like it here, but no, he's looking to pull it. Good for Frost. Good on him. That whistle will break right at 30 seconds left here in the third period. Frost with a 4-point lead and position on Johnson. You know, Jate's one of those student athletes. He comes along hungry for knowledge. He's an absolute riot to deal with. Just a bunch of energy, and you can really tell he enjoys life and the challenges that it brings with it. So, just nothing but a class act and a great kid.
Which is great because his dad's really old, as we established.
That's right, old Shane. He's I think this will be his last year on the side of the mat for the Union mat man.
I don't see that happening. He was there before his boys.
He's retired many times. So
that's a great win.
That is, and tell you what, Jate Frost picks up the W, and your 170-pound champion, Jate Frost. Let's go back here to the L&L instant replay. Jate Frost crowds the hips, sinks over the top, and just stays in great position.
Yeah.
Right here, Johnson thinking he's going to return him to the mat. Does, but Frost again maintains great position. Really never any doubt once he settled in. Complete match from the feet, from bottom, from top. You know, and personally, it's really good to see Jate being as active as he was there on bottom. really kept control, kept the pace. Love to see a kid wrestle 6 minutes.
You know, that was an unbelievable second period.
That's right. Well, while they hand out some awards here, we're going to take a quick break from the action, give some shine to our sponsors, and we'll be back here at the TOC. We are back live at the Tournament of Champions at 182 pounds. We have Anthony Felice from Paonia. His opponent from Maple Mountain is Parker Gasser. Both of these wrestlers coming in with shorter records than most. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Yeah, 14-4 for Felice and Gasser for 15-2. I believe Felice was the one who hit the big
He did.
throw.
In the semis. Yes, he did.
He was down
And looky what I found. He found his win. So Felice from Paonia and Gasser from Maple Mountain.
Gasser gets an early takedown.
You know, Gasser's just a brute. Had a chance to see him wrestle a couple of times this year. Really, really physically strong kid. Stays in very good position. Not surprising given the coaching staff there at Maple Mountain. But an outstanding student. Looking maybe to set up a cradle here. Ooh.
Could have been. Just had 1 point in.
Yeah, just 1 point of contact in, 2 more, and we're counting. And that's a great rule change this year. We talked about it earlier in the semifinals, but tell us a little more about your thoughts on that, Kev.
You know, it used to be for a million years that no points scored outside, which was really silly.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of years ago that switched. Great rule change.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for some more, but we can talk about that another time.
No doubt, no doubt. You know, we talk about wrestling and all the good that's in it. You know, we want to keep these kids safe. We want to keep them healthy. One of the things that I would like to see is the opportunity for some of these wrestlers to maybe hydrate at a later time, maybe when they come back from the holiday break. Just because you don't really know where your weight is going to land once you get into the season. You know, a lot of these teams.
We're getting big points here.
Ooh,
but
we
yeah.
are.
Oh,
and Felice. Felice comes back and, wow, a little bang-bang action there at the end of the first period. Looks like the score is going to be.
Don't know if it gave 2 or 3.
2 or 3. We're waiting on that, but. It should be a 2-2 match, right, or a 4-2 match going into the second period.
Yeah, I
here.
agree with you on the hydration with kids. I never understood why, especially in high school, we switched to have a second day weigh-in.
Right.
Because what you're doing is you're having kids not hydrate.
Exactly.
That's how they have to make weight, and I don't think anybody's gaining any advantage by weighing in at night or the next.
No, I don't either. And
it also adds an hour into the morning.
It does, and I'd love to see the state take a look at possibly, you know, some of these teams. You look at Pleasant Grove, traditionally a very good football school. A lot of those football players also wrestle. They get to the end of the football season. It's 2 or 3 weeks into the wrestling season, and that's a really hard transition.
And they're using the same model that college does. I'm sorry, you have high school kids. 106-pound high school kid is not the same.
Definitely not.
As a heavyweight 26-year-old man.
Exactly. You get that
but they use the same hydration. I mean, we had Kedrick Kunis wrestling for us, who we didn't know if he could make the minimum weight that he was required to. He had to work hard instead of and they would not let him go down a weight because of.
Well, and Frost at 170, I think he was weighing closer to probably 160, 155 even earlier in the week, and like we said, had to eat his way onto the scale there. But
and again, they're not doing it to be mean. It's doing it for safety
first.
Because what you don't want are kids cutting ridiculous amounts of weight.
Right. Safety is paramount. Nutrition is important.
And when I was high school, it was miserable. I thought I was cutting a miserable amount of weight. It was probably a pound. But I couldn't eat all the M&Ms I want, so I had to let people know what a sacrifice.
What
it
a
was.
sacrifice, Kevin.
No, I'm only going to have one bag of M&Ms.
Well, we're back with the action here, and it is 3-7 in the second period. And Gasser locks up a
great
cradle,
job.
and he's got all the points right now that he's going to need from
got
that
3 in the
cradle.
bank.
And
gets
he's
the
got
fall.
his pin.
You know, and it's really important. I'll tell you, watching Felice wrestle in the first one, you want to pin him.
Absolutely.
Because it was not a fluke when he threw.
No.
When we don't want to give any. He deliberately hit it, and he hit it hard. So he's somebody who's going to be able to pin anybody.
No doubt.
So that's a good way to end it.
Well, while we wait for the next matchup, again, we want to give our sponsors a shout out. Vernal Regional Airport, daily flights to Denver provided by United, operated by SkyWest. Short check-in and security lines. I feel like I can make a flight with 10 minutes notice every time there. So really, really good airport, great travel experience. Again, want to really thank the Vernal Regional Airport for their continued support of the student athletes and really the entire Uinta Basin, helping connect us to the world.
You know, and make no doubt, the reason people sponsor student athletes and student activities is because they help create responsible adults who are going to be in the workplace, who are going to be our leaders. You know, when we look at all athletics, theater, music, these are the things that are teaching kids how to go beyond what they thought. And so absolutely, even though the businesses that donate is so much appreciated, it's a trade-off because they know what they're getting in return.
It is. Well, and like you said, the life lessons they're able to learn at this age. You know, you show me a kid that's uncoachable, and I'll show you an unemployed adult eventually.
That's right.
Really, really good to get these students involved in extracurriculars early.
And you show me a parent that steps in every time that the kid has trouble, and I'll show you a kid that's going to be living in their basement when they're 40.
You're exactly right.
So.
You're exactly right.
So we have an undefeated wrestler.
Yes,
from
we do.
Kimmerer, 19-0 against Mengelson, who only is
beast.
38-2.
He is a beast. Mengelson in the semifinals came out and was ready to bang, and he has got his hands full here with Walker. But two stout kids. It says 182 pounds. They look about 200 plus, but they are both they're both ready for this finals match. No, Walker, really good job tying up those legs, and a really good tilt series right here. Not quite enough of an angle on it, but I tell you what, talk about forward pressure and heavy on the head. He has got that in spades right now. So Mengelson definitely feeling the effects of Kemmerer right here.
You know, Walker just looks like a beast.
Yes,
I mean,
he does. Kid is yoked out and in on a tilt. I think he got a quick 2 there. Got Chaz DeWitt calling the action right here, one of the premier officials in the state. Always does a great job, always kids first. We love that Chaz is willing to come out and be a part of this each year. Now right here you've got Walker in a dominant position.
Looking for the fall, looking to adjust, and he gets it.
And that's why you're 20-0, Mr. Walker. Excellent job, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Excellent job.
See, and he's one obviously from out of state that we don't know a lot, but I do know the kid says please and thank you. He came up, he had a question, and he was sir, hey, what's this? Why, thank you very much.
Fantastic.
So there's a champion, an undefeated wrestler, and he understands what manners are.
Fantastic. All right, Well, it looks like we're going to have time for a quick break here. So with that, we look forward to returning to action. When we do come back, we will have Pleasant Grove on Pleasant
So
Grove.
if you're a Pleasant Grove person, pay attention.
You can't lose.
Junior against senior.
Junior against senior, and looking forward to that matchup. All right, we are back here at the TOC with 2 matches remaining. We pick up the action at 220 pounds. Before we went to break, we had a junior and a senior from Pleasant Grove, Philip Bobin and Micah Tataoli.
And possibility this will be a finals.
Very strong possibility
state,
in the
not only
6A. Micah, again, one of the premier wrestlers in the state of Utah. Very dominant big man. He is a phenomenal athlete, fun to watch, and one of the most respectful people that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. You can tell he's learned a lot from his family. You can tell he's learned a lot from all of his supporters. Again, just a fantastic human being, and one of the real treats that I've been able to watch and really admire from afar. Him develop into quite a dominant young man, and someone that's going to do some really big things, not only on the mat but off the mat in life as well. So,
And it's one, when we look at Bobin, that's why he got better this year. That's because he's going to have somebody in the weight room or in the wrestling room that pushes him to spar with, to wrestle with, to challenge. Can't tell you how much that partner is and how important that partner is in the wrestling room.
yeah, it is everything. Wouldn't be surprised at the end of this match to see whomever wins pick the other person's hand up and make sure that everybody knows here it is a team effort here. There will be a winner, but I don't think if you ask the PG coaches or the PG fans if they necessarily care, as long as both walk off healthy and happy. So.
And unless if it's a nice rivalry, and there could be a fist fight after.
It
So,
could be.
which
Could
the
be.
fans would want.
The fans would want, no doubt. I think these PG loyal fans and the PG coaching staff definitely in for a treat here watching these two simply perform.
You know, and the one thing you see a lot of times when teammates wrestle, even in a championship, the intensity isn't what it would be in a state championship.
You're right.
That when that's on the line, the teammate, you're always teammates, and you see upsets.
Right.
A lot of times you see a JV kid beat a kid who's been varsity all year in a state champ. I've seen it multiple times.
Yep. You know, and it's always difficult to wrestle your practice partner because you know each other inside and out. That's one of the things that's always fun to watch when you've got two of the same on the mat. They know each other's moves. They know what's coming. It's oftentimes a difficult match to wrestle for.
It's a neutralizer. I mean, there's
is.
things that neutralize a match, and that does. The thing that saves is you know the other person's weakness, too.
That's the truth. Second round, scores 4-1. Micah Tataoli being the aggressor here in the second, and I think he's in and got his first takedown, so bringing the score to 6-1.
So Uinta Basin ends up with 4 champions?
4 champions out of the Basin here today, that's right. Excellent showing out of 14 weights, taking home 4 titles. That's a fantastic job, and the team title will rest here
Back to back.
in the Basin. So 2 years in a row, and here we go. You know, I think we started this broadcast last year together, and we're undefeated.
We are undefeated. And
Hey,
we're
there we
there.
go, Kev. There we go. Tataoli looking to finish right here. Oh, Oh, but good action to get back off of his back there. No change, no points. You'll notice the chairs for the coaches are empty. We're just simply going to let these two wrestle and figure it out. So
I think they're probably at a restaurant right now.
you know, Philip here coming in as a junior, he'll have one more year. Talk about a big, strong-looking kid. He, you know, could probably come back again at 220, maybe jump up to heavyweight next year. Again, just a really tough kid.
And my guess is he'll be the toughest in the wrestling room next year.
You know, if he's not, I'd like to see who is. Third round, Micah up 6-2. Oh, Micah in on a nice shot. You know, both of these wrestlers, just great, great athletes, great, great people. Again, I mentioned it earlier, had the opportunity to talk to Micah's father earlier. You can tell that he was raised right. Very good family ties, very, very good head on his shoulder, and again, one of the more respectful wrestlers you're ever going to meet. Very humble in victory, and one of the types of kids that you love to have on your team. So
I don't think we can have him, though.
I don't think we can either, but I tell you what, I sure wish him and Philip nothing but the best coming up at the 6A tournament. Would love to see these two be able to dust up and do it again in front of the big show. So.
And, of course, we really support all kids, but ones who make the effort to turn them to champions, those are who I want to win.
That's right.
In everything but 4A. And then it's just us.
That's right. Micah again, just great little blast double. Looks like he's going to cut him, maybe work for another takedown. And here you're really seeing the full skill set and repertoire of Micah. He's one of those physical specimens that's hard to handle just based on his strength. You add his level of ability and his technical skills, he is the complete package at 220 pounds.
So next week, most teams will meet again from this.
This
right?
is true. Just about 100 miles
Yep.
east or west of here. So Rocky Mountain Rumble on the horizon, or the Rumble on the horizon. So
Uinta then has a huge region match next week against Payson.
that they do.
Most pollsters
Yep.
have them number 1, number 2 in 4A.
That they do.
And then the following week, the friendly neighbors from Wasatch.
That's right. That's right. So Uinta in for a great couple of weeks. Can't wait to
Both
come over
home
and watch
matches.
that. I was going to
Both
say
home
I'll
matches.
be able to be in attendance for both and see what they can do. Your 220-pound champion from Pleasant Grove, Mike Tataoli. Next up. But before we get there, we're going to go to our L&L instant replay. Again, really a complete match from start to finish.
And then we'll end up with the big guys.
Big guys coming in on this. Excellent job, excellent position. Micah again here at the end, wanted to work some moves from his feet. Man, that is just a textbook takedown. Excellent job for Pleasant Grove. And now we're down to the big fellas. 285 pounds, we have Tanner Sorensen from North Sevier. He's your odds-on favorite at 2A. And Caden Montono from Syracuse. Should be a great matchup for the big fellas
Both
here tonight.
seniors, Tanner 37-2, Caden 30-7.
Should be an absolutely great match. while we're setting up here, I'm going to take a minute and give Channel 6 just nothing but high praise and nothing but love from all of us here at the TOC. Can't thank you enough for providing the coverage of our local sports, really helping to promote all of the student athletes, all of the extracurriculars here in the Uinta Basin. Channel 6, thank you so much for all you do in providing these outstanding services to our community.
You know, what they do is they take great events and make them better at all schools, not just one school.
That's
at
right.
all Uinta Basin schools, they're an equal opportunity, and they absolutely, I can't say enough about Dale and the crew.
That's right. I tell you what, as a high school principal, being able to have the crew be willing to come to little old Altamont in some of the coldest football games you can imagine, coming up helping make basketball, wrestling just over the top has been. They have been great sponsors, and I really enjoyed the time that I had working with them.
You know, and Dale's the type, I had him as a student, and he's the type as a student you'd go, that's going to be a great adult. That's going to be somebody who is always giving and absolutely cares about the community and really cares about the youth. And it's not just athletics, that he is there for the arts, sponsorship, and I don't think I've ever seen Dale without a big smile on his face. And sometimes it's got to be crazy when he has 3 football games going on and he's got crews.
I can't imagine.
And I don't think I've ever seen Dale anything but pleasant.
No. And again, as we're winding things down here with the big fellas, want to give one more shout out to our Tournament of Champions sponsors. L&L Motor Company, both a TOC sponsor as well as a Jumbotron. You know, with the fully trained staff of not only technicians, but their entire team of employees, they are a phenomenal asset to the Uinta Basin, and I proudly drive all my vehicles from L&L Motor. Uinta Basin Healthcare, again, an outstanding local hospital, currently ranked #1 in Utah in the national hospital rankings. If you're looking for the region's premier women's health providers, you need to look no further than Uinta Basin Healthcare. And last but certainly not least, Vernal Regional Airport, really connecting the Uinta Basin to the world and the world to the Uinta Basin. So thank you, sponsors. Thank you, Channel 6. Thank you, TOC. And thank you, fans, wrestlers, coaches, officials. What an outstanding event. Another huge success here at the Tournament of Champions.
You know, got to give a great big shout out to Greg Stensgaard.
Oh, man.
Assistant coach this year, Philip Ketty, has come in and done that. But Greg, this is his tournament.
It is.
And the preparation for next year starts tomorrow.
That's
They're going to evaluate how can this be better. A lot of work in the summer, and I mean he is.
He's a doer. He's a doer.
Channel 6. He took a great tournament and made it better.
That's right. Well, and you know, you look at that room, and there's the potential to have a lot of egos. You've got, let's see, Minnesota finalist. You've got Ketty. You've got Stensgaard. You've got, holy cow, and they all just gel and make it work for the kids.
You know, you have Trevor Murray.
I was going to say.
The college wrestler, JC All-American, and a tough dude.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been at awe with how well all of those big personalities have been able to work together. So, shout out to the Uinta High School coaching staff. And really, Uinta High's administration. Can't say enough good things about Sharon Shipton. You know, she has done a great job taking over the reins there from Julie Wild. You know, your time there as a school board member and AD in admin. Kevin, thank you for providing.
Bill has done a great job
true.
coming as AD. Scotty Mansfield has come in. You know, and the thing with the Uinta staff, I agree with you. Sometimes you put superstars together and it's a disaster. But somebody who's coached all those kids, they were team first. Ryan Lewis was team first. Philip Ketty was team first. And they worked hard to make themselves better, and they're just taking that right to the kids. So,
well, the community is definitely the beneficiary of all of the hard work that goes into that.
Trevor Murray was one of the hardest working kids that just.
No doubt. Well, good action
Colby
here.
Christensen, you
Yeah.
add him to the staff, another collegiate wrestler.
Well, and while we get him in it, we don't often get a chance to thank all of the winter widows, those being the wives and significant others of these coaches. You know, these guys spend most mornings, most evenings, and most weekends with their team.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's a huge sacrifice
Stephanie Stinsgaard has been here the entire time.
Yep.
Doing brackets, doing anything to help.
It really does take a village to do something
You know,
like
then
this.
the junior high program, you have Workman,
Yep.
McCurdy spent their full time in the concession, raising money for kids.
And there's
that
no
working
job
hard-
too small.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's the concession, they know it's going
Yeah.
to benefit the kids.
Candace Workman.
Yep.
If you've noticed the medical staff, the table worker, you know, Candace she's in charge of that. And
That's
those kids,
awesome.
it was unbelievable how this has just come together.
That is awesome. Well, back to the wrestling action for just a second. We've got Tanner Sorensen that's picked up 4-2 lead here in the third period. Really looking to keep his weight and pressure forward with 1 minute and 30 seconds left here in the third period. Montono from Syracuse looking to roll, and he gets it.
the roll.
And he's got back points.
Oh my! Goodness, what a great one. Had that set up.
What a turn of events we have here at heavyweight with a minute left. And we're going to get a 3 near fall
And a nose flip.
and a blood time. That's one of those hard breaks for any wrestler.
Yeah, but in a heavyweight, a lot of times when they're on their back, they're not getting off.
no, that is a hard
Yeah,
thing
because
to break
there looks
from.
like a real weight mismatch.
Now
in
look
this.
right here, a suicide
for-
roll forward, and looky what I found. Covers deep, and Tanner just not quite able to get off of his back. Caden sets his hips down and ends up taking one in the nose right there. You can see the blood on his hand, and the official sees that, notices that, gets the back points awarded, and gets the wrestler over to the corner to get that blood stopped. So great opportunity with exactly 1 minute left here in the third round.
Still time. He lived to another day by.
That's right. Score is going to be 4-7 with those 3 near fall points awarded, and it's go time if you're Tanner Sorensen. You want to get that weight off of you and get on top and see if we can't get a turn. But Caden Sorensen not having that, wants to keep the pressure forward, heavy cross face, heavy pressure on the head, looking to finish this match with 40 seconds left. Now he's got a power half.
He's pretty deep on that.
Looks like it
And what
just
he's
slid
doing.
off the front, but I'm going to give him a little love with the cross facing there and see if he can make
Good
an
upper
opening.
body work and has great weight on the hips.
With 15 seconds left, barring
like
a
a-
major change of events.
Point was awarded for a stall, which I'd ask you get up. You do something. That's 270 pounds on top of you.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
And
with
this is a
that,
good heavyweight match.
that's a great end to the great tournament of champions. Your winner at heavyweight, Caden Montono from Syracuse. Well, Kevin, I can't tell you how much fun this is to do with you each and every
Great.
year.
And if Dale doesn't fire us, I'll see you next year.
Hey, that's right. Well, for Kevin Dixon, I'm Dean Wilson telling you all to have an absolutely wonderful night. Come back again next year. We wish nothing but the best to all of the Deans moving forward. Leave it all on the mat, fellas. Have a great year, and God bless.
I wanted to work for L&L just because I enjoy being around people. L&L's got to be one of the funnest places I've ever worked, hands down. You can't find a better group of people to work with each and every day.
So working at L&L Motor does give me a sense of pride. We're a big part of the community.
I really enjoy at the end of the day going home that I know that I've taken care of all my customers the best I possibly can.
We understand that when they do come here, it's an inconvenience, and we really just try to get them back on the road as soon as we can.